See if you can identify any indicators in your life similar to what happened in Sarah's life. Sarah had always been skeptical of the unseen. She was the kind of person who preferred logic over intuition, facts over faith. But when her life began to fall apart, her job lost, a relationship ended, and her sense of purpose fading, she found herself searching for something more, something beyond the tangible. That was when the signs started. Little things at first were barely noticeable, but as time passed, they became more pronounced, almost impossible to ignore. Sarah had a guardian angel watching over her, whether she believed it or not. These are the 10 signs in Sarah's life. Feathers in unusual places. Sarah's first encounter with what she later believed to be her guardian angel came as she walked home from her final day at the office. A white feather drifted down from nowhere and landed gently on her shoulder. She brushed it off, thinking little of it. But when she arrived home, another feather was waiting on her doorstep. Coincidence, she thought, but the sight of it brought a surprising sense of calm. As the days passed, she continued to find feathers in unlikely places. Her car, her favorite coffee shop, even tucked in the pages of a book she had just picked up from the library. Unexpected fragrances. One evening, as she sat in her apartment, she noticed a faint, sweet smell. It reminded her of the jasmine her mother used to wear. The scent lingered in the air, although there was no obvious source. She wandered around the apartment, sniffing the air and trying to identify the origin, but nothing explained it. The fragrance made her feel nostalgic, yet oddly comforted, as if her mother were close, reassuring her that everything would be all right. Finding coins. Sarah began to feel desperate as the weeks passed with no job prospects. One particularly rough day, she bent down to tie her shoe and noticed a shiny penny on the ground. She picked it up, the copper warm in her hand. It was an insignificant find, but it felt like a small gift from the universe. Over the next few weeks, she kept finding coins in the most unusual places, on her windowsill, inside her mailbox, and even atop her pillow. She began to feel that each coin was a reminder of hope, a small token to show she wasn't alone. Flashes of light. The flashes of light began during her morning walks. Tiny orbs would appear in the corner of her vision like sunlight trapped in a droplet. At first, she thought it was a trick of the light, but these orbs would dance around her, illuminating her path with an almost ethereal glow. Sarah tried to explain them away, but deep down she began to wonder if they were messages, little winks from something beyond her understanding. Temperature changes. One night, as Sarah sat curled up on her couch, she felt an intense warmth envelop her, like someone had wrapped her in a blanket. She looked around, half expecting to see someone there, but she was alone. The warmth didn't feel like a draft or a change in the heater. It was a presence, soft and loving, that made her feel protected. She didn't know why, but she felt an overwhelming sense of peace that lingered long after the warmth had dissipated. Cloud shapes. Sarah was driving to the grocery store when she noticed a cloud shaped like an angel in the sky. She chuckled to herself, amused by her imagination. But as she looked closer, she saw another cloud that looked like wings, spread wide and protective. She brushed it off as a mere coincidence, but that day, she saw more angelic shapes in the clouds than ever. The shapes felt like a silent reminder that something was watching over her, even when she didn't believe it. Synchronicities. It started with the number 1111. She saw it on clocks, receipts, license plates, and phone numbers. Then she began noticing repeating patterns. Phone calls from old friends just when she thought of them. Strangers saying words that echoed her thoughts. These synchronicities became too frequent to ignore. They felt like breadcrumbs, guiding her along a path she didn't yet understand but felt compelled to follow. It was as if her guardian angel was speaking to her through the fabric of reality, leading her to a greater understanding. Hearing your name called. One afternoon, as Sarah was sorting through old photographs, she heard someone call her name. The voice was soft but distinct, almost like a whisper. She looked around, but there was no one else in the room. The experience unnerved her. Yet there was something strangely comforting about it. She felt someone was reaching out, reminding her she wasn't alone. After that, she would occasionally hear her name called, usually when she was feeling lost or overwhelmed. Each time, the voice brought a sense of reassurance. Tingling sensations. Sarah began to notice a tingling sensation on her shoulders, almost like a gentle touch, whenever she felt anxious or afraid. It wasn't unpleasant. In fact, it felt comforting, like an unseen hand resting on her, offering support. She relaxed into it, feeling as though her guardian angel was beside her, lending strength when she needed it most. These sensations would come and go, but they always left her feeling lighter and more at peace. Enhanced intuition. As the signs continued, Sarah began to feel a shift within herself. She trusted her instincts more, feeling an inner voice guiding her decisions. She would sometimes know things without understanding why, like when she avoided a particular route home, only to learn later that there had been an accident. Her intuition became a trusted companion, one that she believed was shaped by the unseen guidance of her guardian angel. This newfound awareness changed how she lived, embracing the unknown with a quiet confidence she had never felt before. Finally, by the end of her journey, Sarah no longer needed concrete proof of her guardian angel's existence. The signs had changed her life, offering her a sense of connection that transcended the everyday. She had moved from skepticism to acceptance, finding peace in believing she was never truly alone. The signs continued small reminders of love beyond her understanding. Sarah knew she was watched over, guided, and protected by her guardian angel, whose presence she felt in every subtle sign and silent message. How about you? Can you relate to any of Sarah's experiences? If you believe in angels and want to hear more uplifting stories about angels, please like and subscribe below. Thanks for watching.